Hey guys, it's Lauren. Welcome or welcome back. Today I'm sharing with you the best and worst moisturizers I've tried. These aren't all of the moisturizers I've ever tried before, but I think these are the ones that are notable for some positive reasons, some negative reasons, maybe a combination of the two. But these are ones that I think are, they hit a variety of different price points. So no matter what your budget is, hopefully you'll be able to find a product that will fit that. In addition to that, I wanted to mention moisturizers that are suitable for a bunch of different skin types. So some products that I mention are going to be really great for a certain skin type, while it also may not be the best for a different skin type, and I'll be going through that as we go through today's video to let you know which one will be the best for your skin type and your preferences and which one may not. So that's what today's video is all about. Before we get into it, if you would like to check out any of these products that I'm mentioning, I'll have them all linked in the description box down below. Any link that has an asterisk beside it is an affiliate link. So if you purchase a product going through that link, please know that I can make a commission off of your purchase. It's no extra cost to you, but I like to always be upfront about that with you guys and let you know. But with that being said, let's get into today's video. The first product I want to talk about is the Kiehls Ultra Facial Cream. Here's what it looks like. It's $32 for 1.7 fluid ounces. Now, I want to be really diligent about mentioning the actual amount of product that I have in the container I'm holding as we go, because oftentimes moisturizers will have multiple size options that you can choose from when you go to purchase the product. So this is the standard size for Kiehls, and typically most moisturizers will have a standard size option, and a lot of times they'll also have a smaller size where you can get less product for a lower price tag, so you can kind of try it out before doing a larger chunk of change to the product. But then they'll also have typically a larger size, and a lot of times that's going to be a value size where it just means you get more bang for your buck. Although you're paying a higher price tag, when you break it down price per gram, it's actually going to be, more product for less money. So this product, in particular, this moisturizer, the two main objectives of it as they advertise are hydrating and moisturizing. And I think those are two great goals. I think it does a great job at both of those objectives. But if you don't know the difference between hydration and moisturization, I want to just clarify real quickly, because a lot of times people can think they're interchangeable. And really, hydration just refers to the levels of water in your skin, while moisturization refers to the levels of oil in your skin. So if you have dehydrated skin, that means your skin lacks water. If you have, a lack of moisture in your skin, you're lacking oil. Now, this moisturizer, it claims to be for all skin types, which I'm sure that it is, but I think it's definitely more targeted towards people with more dry and normal skin. And it's supposed to be pretty good for sensitive skin as well. And I have relatively sensitive skin, and I can attest that I did not have any negative experiences with this or adverse reactions or anything along those lines. But this moisturizer, I would be careful if you do have oily skin, just because you already have, excess oils in your skin. You already have, a good bit of moisture. And of course, you're always going to want, moisture. You're going to want to use a moisturizer, but just be careful, because this does have squalane, which is an ingredient that is really good at increasing the skin's moisture barrier and levels, and that's great for me with dry skin. But if you have, already oily skin, you may not want more moisture. So just take that into account. But definitely, if this is something you're interested in, that does not mean don't go for it. The next product I want to talk about is a little bit of a pricier item. It is the Fresh Black Tea Firming Corset Cream. This one is $35 for 1 fluid ounce, but you can also get a 3.3 ounce size product for $92, which is very up there. And although I do like the product and I think it does a good job, I don't think I would pay for that price tag. I think it's a little bit more reasonable at the $35 price point for 1 fluid ounce. That is, around standard size for a product, and this lasted me a good 3 months. But this product, the main objectives of it are to hydrate and firm the skin, and hydration I can definitely speak to. My skin, I would use this at night because the consistency is a little bit heavier, and I feel like if I were to use it in the morning, it would just be a little bit too heavy for me to then apply makeup on. That would just make application of my makeup more difficult. But when I would use it at night and wake up in the morning, I noticed my skin felt a lot more soft and plump, and it just, it felt definitely hydrated. So I can speak to that. It was great for that. But the firming, I didn't really notice much of a result from. And I don't know if that's because I had the smaller size and I didn't have the larger size, and it would take, multiple uses over a huge span of time to see those firming results, because typically with things like that and, minimizing aging and all those type of products, it can take a longer period of time of use. But with this, I didn't really notice that, and I think that's kind of a lot of where their claims come from when it comes to justifying that higher price tag. So in that regard, I just don't know if it'd be something that I go for. It does have kind of a subtle scent, so if you have sensitivities towards fragrance and, a bunch of different scents, this does have flower extracts in it. So just be careful if you have sensitivities in that regard. I really don't, but if you do, just kind of know that about yourself. And This product does advertise to be, you know, good for people who have dry skin, normal skin, or combo skin, but it doesn't advertise to work for people who have oily skin. That doesn't mean it won't. It just means that that's what they say, and honestly, I'd probably agree with those claims just based off, you know, my experience with the product and the ingredients that I find in the product. The next product is one that I initially really enjoyed, but I ended up changing my opinion on it, and I'll kind of get into that in a second, but this is the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream Super Moisturizing Cream. This is a $49 product for 2 ounces, which is a little bit more than the typical standard size, although it is almost $50. I think when you break it down price per gram, it's a little bit more justifiable. This product is supposed to work for all skin types, and I don't know about that claim, and I'll get into it in a second, but this is going to be an anti-aging product, or that's what it claims to be. I don't know how much I believe in anti-aging. I definitely think you can minimize the, you know, evidence of aging on your skin, but I don't think you can really go back and reverse the results. But I think, you know, I can't speak to how well this did at anti-aging, because that is something that does take, you know, a very extended period of use to really see the results for that. This, I will say, was very moisturizing. I mean, so incredibly moisturizing for my skin. It does a great job at softening and just really plumping up the skin. But the problem with this product is, I mean, I really did notice some adverse results after using this for about 3 months. I had gone through one container and I started on this container. I mean, I was loving it. Like, it was my holy grail. It was really helping with my dry skin, but the deal is, I would use this, and I noticed after a few months of using it that I was getting this kind of reaction on both my cheeks and I believe one other area of my face. This was a good while ago, so I can't exactly remember the other area, but there were 3 areas of my face that were just breaking out, and they weren't like closed comedones or typical pimples. They were like under the skin, and they were like red bumps that you just couldn't get to, and I really did not think this was it, because it took so long for those to show up after using this. But once I took this out of my routine, the bumps eventually went away, and you know, I mean, after a week of stopping using this, and I think I really do trace it back to this product, and I think there's a huge possibility it was because the ingredient list for this product is so incredibly long. There are so many ingredients in this, and that's kind of a concern to me because, you know, with skincare, you just want to minimize it down. You don't want harmful ingredients. You just kind of want to keep it to the ingredients that are going to do something and be protective, and that's really it. You don't want a lot of fluff in there. And this does have a strong scent, so I imagine there is some fluff in there. I also looked before this video because I didn't want to just be like, oh, this product is terrible, but I looked and a lot of other people had that adverse reaction with this product. So I just wanted to mention that. I don't really know who I'd recommend this for. I don't really think I would. Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it. The next product is from Believ. This is the Believ True Cream Moisturizing Balm. It's $38 for 1.68 fluid ounces. This product and a lot of the other Believ moisturizers, I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to, you know, professionals, they have a lot of trouble recommending these products. So definitely take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, because a lot of times the hesitance comes from the ingredients like their flower extracts and their fruit extracts that, you know, contribute to the strong scent in these products. And a lot of times those ingredients can be skin sensitizing and they can be irritants for people. Now for me, I don't really have a lot of issues with irritation when it comes to those type of, you know, ingredients that give scent to products. I've noticed that's just not an irritant for me. So with this one, I really enjoyed. Now, if you have sensitive skin and it's, you know, irritating to you to have scent, be mindful of that. But this is a product that I think does a great job at not only moisturizing my skin, but really hydrating it as well. It helps my skin to be a lot softer and plumper, and I mean, I recommend this to so many different people. And although I think it is definitely more targeted towards people with dry or normal skin, I recommended this to my mom. She loves it. I recommended this to my cousin, who actually has normal leaning oily skin, and she adores this. So this is something that I think if you're willing to give it a go, I would, you know, definitely recommend it. But be mindful of irritation from this or even potential breakouts from this if you do have that sensitivity to, you know, scents and products. But I have really been enjoying this. The next product I do enjoy, but there are some things about it that I just don't love, and I want to, you know, be mindful of mentioning those. It's not my #1 favorite moisturizer, but I do just want to mention it and share it with you guys because I think it's pretty good. This is the Garnier Skin Active Clearly Brighter Brightening and Smoothing Moisturizer. This is a daily moisturizer that has SPF 15. This is a $15 product. You get, I believe, 2.5 fluid ounces of product, which is a very good deal. $15 for a moisturizer seems a little pricey when you compare it to the other ones at the drugstore, but for 2.5 fluid ounces, that is a good deal. This moisturizer I think is great for daily moisturizing. Now, I like to use it, and I don't use it as much anymore because I found one that I you know, since use a lot more often. It just ends up working a lot better for me now. But I used this for a long time as my daily moisturizer prior to doing my makeup. It gave a really, and it still does, even if you don't put makeup on top of it, it gives kind of this smoothing, brightening, luminous look to the skin. It's very pretty. But the problem with this product for me is that it does have some ingredients in it that lead it to have kind of a stronger scent, and those ingredients can be skin sensitizing. They can, if you have irritation to those type of ingredients, you know, just be mindful of that. But this product I do really enjoy. I would recommend it if, you know, you're on a budget and you're looking for a product that's just gonna kind of do the job. You don't have a lot of skin sensitivities, because it's not going to be greasy, and it's also not going to be, you know, overly hydrating, if you guys know what I'm saying. Like, it's not going to be over the top. It's just going to be nice and not lead to pilling, and it allows makeup to sit really nicely on top of it, and that's why I think it's a good daily moisturizer. If you have a lot of skin sensitivities, I have found the product for you. I mean, really and truly, this brand is so good. There's so much that I've tried from it that I adore, because a lot of their ingredient lists are very short. The ingredients that they have are not the bare minimum. Like, they do a lot, but without having a bunch of fluff in them, which is something I so appreciate, because that eliminates the possible irritants that can be in a product. So I can never say the name of the brand though. That's the problem. So I'm just going to say the name of the product, and I'll have the brand name on the screen with the name of the product as well. This is the Toleraine Ultra Face Sensitive Skin Moisturizer. Here's what it looks like. This retails for $30, and in it you are getting, I believe, 1.35 fluid ounces. So a pretty good deal. It is a little bit up there in price, but I'm telling you, this does so much for my skin. It hydrates my skin, it moisturizes my skin, it helps with that texture to kind of smooth the skin. I can use it in the morning. I use a little bit less when I'm using it in the morning, because then I can, you know, apply makeup on top of it and it says perfectly fine. Now, if I want to use it at night, I use a little bit more to kind of build up that consistency and help just hydrate my skin overnight and really, you know, add a good layer. This product, I just really enjoy it. Now, if you have super oily skin, I don't know how much you would love this, but I know this brand makes a lot of different products, so you could probably find something that would, you know, fit your needs. But wow, this is the #1 product for me. If you have dry skin, if you have sensitive skin, even if you have normal skin, I really recommend it. The next product I want to talk about is the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream. This is the fragrance-free option. It retails for $32, and in it you get 1.7 fluid ounces. They also have an option that does have fragrance in it. I tried that one before. Didn't really notice much of a difference at all between the two, obviously, other than the smell. And even without the fragrance, this one does not have like a bad smell at all. But if you decide to go for the fragrance option, that's fine. I know a lot of people have some olfactory sensitivities, and, you know, no judgment there. But whenever I can, I like to opt for the fragrance-free version of a product if it's available to me. But this product, it has a very high concentration of retinol SA in it, because it is a good product to minimize the effects of aging or the results of aging, and it does a great job with that. Like, there's no doubt. And it also has some hydrating ingredients in here as well, which is nice, especially when it comes to working with a, you know, more harsh ingredient like, you know, a retinol or a retinoid. But the thing with this product is, most products that have retinol or retinoids in it have it in not a low concentration, but this one is just so high in concentration that if you have any sensitivities to retinol, retinoids, be careful. Like me, that is an ingredient that my skin, I wish it didn't, because it's such a good, you know, anti-aging ingredient. But for me, it just really irritates my skin. I mean, I get flaking, my eyes get puffy, my face gets red. Like, it is not good. And I know a lot of people, you know, even if you don't have sensitive skin, or even if it's going to be more short-term effects, like with retinol, a lot of times that just comes with the territory of using it. You will, you know, notice a little bit of burning, and that does typically mean it's working, but it typically goes away. But for me, I would have, I mean, long-term, like, flaking on my skin just constantly whenever I use this product. So if you have sensitive skin, really be careful. Like, I really be careful. But if you have, you know, if you don't have sensitivities towards it, and you know you don't, this is a good way to really help minimize the results of aging. But just, if you're new to retinols, retinoids, that doesn't mean to steer clear of them. It just means to start slow. Use it, you know, once or twice a week, and kind of work it into your routine until you've really normalized it. The next product is one that is not a moisturizer, so it's kind of a bonus, but it is one that I think can have a lot of similar effects to the moisturizers that I enjoy. And in addition to that, whenever I do use this product, I use it as a replacement for my moisturizer, or maybe not as a replacement, but whenever I do use it, I don't use a moisturizer that night. Now, this is the Glow Recipe Watermelon plus AHA Glow Sleeping Mask. Here's what it looks like. This version is $22, and in it you get 1 ounce of product, but you can get, I believe their standard size is 2.7 ounces for $45. So this was just enough for me, because I don't use it as often anymore, just because I have a lot of skin sensitivities and really have had to break down my skincare routine to the bare minimum. But when I was using this, I would find that I would use it probably twice a month, but you can use it 1 to 2 times a week. So I didn't really need a large size of it either. Now, this product is an overnight mask. It's supposed to work for all skin types. And from what I can tell, from what I've seen, other people using it, from, people who actually know my day-to-day life using it, they, say that it works well for them. Now, this is kind of like a versatile mask because what you can do is, it is an overnight mask for everyone, but depending on your skin type, like if you have dry skin, you can use this at a heavier concentration. You can just apply more. And if you have, more oily skin, you can use a little bit of a lighter layer. And whenever I use this in, I put it on before I go to bed and I wash it off in the morning, I notice that my skin, it has some ingredients that have really nice effects. I mean, it has peony root extract, and that helps my skin to be brighter when I wake up. It has hyaluronic acid, and it's really, kind of locked in there with this, mask that you're wearing for such an extended period of time that it does help with that hydration. And in addition to that, which this is nice. I mean, it has the chemical exfoliant, it has that AHA in it, which is why you don't want to use it every single night, which is why you do want to minimize the amount of times you're using this per week. But whenever I've used this, I've noticed that my skin is really nice and my makeup applies nice on top of my skin the next day. Like, it does have really, really nice results. But again, just be careful because when you're using a chemical exfoliant, those can be pretty abrasive, and if you use them too much, you will have some irritation. You could be breaking down your skin barrier. There's a lot of adverse results. So use AHAs, BHAs in moderation, especially if you have sensitive, dry skin, whatever it may be. But this is a nice way to not be, rubbing hard abrasive exfoliators on your skin that are like physical exfoliators. And it feels hydrating. So this is just something I wanted to throw in there. Alright guys, that wraps it up for today. If you're new here and you haven't already subscribed, I'd love if you would do so before you go. And if you want to be notified whenever I upload in the future, you can click the bell icon next to the subscribe button. But thank you guys so much for being here and watching and supporting my channel. It really means so much to me and I'm so appreciative of that. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, definitely be sure and give it a thumbs up. It kind of helps me gauge the content that I should do in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you have a great couple of days until my next video goes live, and I will see you when it does. Bye!